Hi, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.
And today, Terry and I were sitting here and we were just cracking up, actually.
Yes.
We were just talking about, we were just being silly.
We were.
I think we're going to just kind of share with you
some of our silliness.
Some of our silliness, yeah. Because normally you see us kind of being, especially me, I think, just more straight-laced and kind of, what's the word? How would you describe it?
Serious.
Serious.
Yes.
Yeah. And because you're doing these videos with me, you're not really being like your crazy self most of the time.
Right.
You're being much more. So we're going to let it go. And
we're going to talk about, do you have a plan?
Do you have a plan? And
Kim shared with me, by the way, her plan. And I don't like her plan.
I don't like her plan. So,
right.
well, first of all, everybody knows that with this cancer situation, before I went into surgery, I was talking with a really good friend of mine and trying to get everything set up. I wanted to make sure that if anything happened to me, everything was in place. Powers of attorney, just everything. They can access some banks and stuff in case I needed to get buried or whatever.
Very important and a very good plan.
Absolutely.
But the plan is about to go awry.
No, the plan is not going. Well, first of all, they're not going to have to implement that plan because I am choosing life.
Good, and we're glad of that.
I'm going to choose life as much as I have some control over that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go through all this shit that I got to go through, this chemo shit, and look, let's talk about this chemo stuff. Okay, this is like really ridiculous. I really should film myself going through chemo for real.
I think so.
That's like really,
and you're not going to either.
Yeah, but listen to this though. How are you going to put something in your body, inject it through your body, that if they drop it on the floor, they got to hazmat in, right? I mean, we're talking about, they can't touch this stuff with their hands.
It is poison.
Yes, it kills the cells. I ain't going to have no hair. Yeah, it's kind of crazy stuff. But anyway, so going through the cancer and really trying to put everything together, I was telling my friend, in fact, I was joking because she was having a really hard time with me even talking about, what could happen that could be something that she didn't want to hear. And, if Kim doesn't make it, what do my friends do? And this particular friend of mine, been friends with me for about 25 years, she was freaking out. She's like, what do you mean you're not going to make it? I said, no, if Kim doesn't make it, what do you do? So I started playing around and having some jokes with her and kind of whatever. I said, Sue, what you need to do is just... And then I said, you need to have the phone numbers of most people that I care about because, really you don't want to send out an email. That's kind of impersonal. But you can just call people up and say, Kim dead, and move on to the next person. She said, that's not good. I need to know who is Chris and what's his relationship. How do you know each other? And then who is so-and-so, and I need to know this and that. And so she went through a whole bunch of people. I got a long list of people to connect with.
Certainly. Absolutely.
A lot of people in that little black book. And so I said, no, just call each person, and just don't go into, oh, I know you met Kim through, the social thing that you did, or through your job, or through, being online or whatever. And because by the time you get through talking to them about who we did what and so forth, each person would take an hour and a half. I got like 80 people in my book, and, you can't do that, And so anyway, we kind of worked through that. I said just simply call everybody up and say, hey, I'm Sue. My friend was Kim. I know you knew her. She dead. Go to the next person, And she wasn't happy with that. But we had to make a light joke of it. So anyway, I was talking to Terry about my plot.
Right, and that's where the plan goes awry.
No,
her plan is perfect until that point, and believe me, it's important to have a plan because that's the best gift you can give to your friends and loved ones. But the plan goes awry when you talk about a plot.
No, because see, I'm not going to be cremated.
There's other options.
Okay, I'm not going to be cremated because
there's other options.
Okay, and I'm going to have I'm going to have my box. Cheek little, but yes, I am.
No, too much space on this earth.
Look,
you're greedy.
I'm 5'7", and by that time I'll be a little bit thinner, and my box will be kind of certain size. I'll be good. And
I'm comfortable with the plot if we can wrap you in a shroud and then put you under a tree and let you go back into the earth. We don't need to know that Kim was here, this was her space, because guess what? As fabulous as you are.
Right, and I'm damn fabulous.
And down fabulous.
So damn fabulous, yes.
In a certain amount of time, no one will know who you are. No.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
That's why, if nobody's going to know, I got to have that memory.
Right,
Kim was
exactly.
Kim
I think we're already down for eternity with our little videos. You don't need to be taking up so much earth. You don't need to have something that marks... None of that is necessary. You could donate your body to science.
No, I cannot donate my body to science.
They could really gain. Just think, maybe they could find
Some
a
people
cure.
people want to donate their body to science.
Right.
So that's all
That's
great.
right.
And I'm all about finding a cure. And they can take out a couple pieces. They've already taken out a couple pieces.
And you know you want to be an organ donor.
I've already donated some more. I don't know where they went, but they took a
but
few
you
out
want
a
to
couple
donate
weeks
some
ago.
more?
Whatever. But then they take the rest of me and they put me in my little pine box. See, it'll be on pine. It'll just go to the earth. Cheap box.
As long as we don't have to have a space that can't ever be touched again, because somebody might need that earth, that space.
They don't need my spot.
They may.
No. That's my spot.
Okay. Well, we have a difference of opinions, as you can see.
And I look. I get it. I get that. But I'm talking about taking up a very small little piece, just like
right.
I did. Just
You
like right now.
and a whole bunch of other folks. And then what happens?
Well, they don't have to have their spot.
We have miles and miles of cemetery space that could be being used for housing, that could be used for parks, for much other needed resources.
I get that. I get all of that. But my spot and my neighbors in our little plot right in our little spot right there, we're going to be all right. They will not need that spot because first of all, it's going to be already a cemetery that's already existing. So they're not going. Hopefully, they won't roll me over with a new high rise or something. Hopefully that'll.
And who would know?
Well, I don't know who will know.
Who would know? I mean, you look at stuff that's historically been built. We just not too long ago had a bridge being built in Tacoma, not far from here. We found out it was on Indian burial grounds. Who would have known? Things are being built over that. That's my point.
Well, then if they're going to build over, they're going to build over it anyway. So what's the difference? If it's needed for housing down the road anyway, and they put some concrete and shit over top of my plot, what's the difference?
I still don't think
What's
you
the
need
difference?
a plot.
But if I have my plot and they build on it later, everybody's happy.
You can have
I got
your
my
plot.
plot. They got their building. Everybody's happy.
You can have your plot.
Thank you.
I probably won't come to see it. You see, we have a difference. I'd like to know what your plans are. Have you made a plan? What is your life plan? I guess it would be a life end plan.
I guess it's
life.
An
End of life. End of life plan.
End of life. What's your end of life plan?
My end of life plan is donating my body to science.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Beautiful.
That will be my last gift to the community.
Okay, it's beautiful. So I'll donate as much as I can, but I'll be in my little pine box. And they might put a high rise on top of me, but you know what? Everybody will be happy at the end of the day.
And you know what? As much fun as we have with this, we don't care what your plan is, whether it's in a pine box, whether it's being cremated, whether you're a Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, whatever your faith, we honor and respect that, but we do feel like it's the best gift you can give to your friends and loved ones, and that's sharing your life's end plan with them.
That is very important. Absolutely important that people know what it is that you want to have happen,
and that's honored.
It should be honored, absolutely. And so making that out and not being afraid.
Right.
Not being afraid to create that. People around you will be afraid. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear that. But you know what? It's going to end for all of us. Better be prepared than not.
And be able to prepare your family. The best gift my father gave to my mother was when he died, she went to a drawer and pulled out a folder. It said, here's the first person you call, and everything, including his obituary, was written there. Every single item of information she needed, she didn't have to think. Those are the kind of gifts that we give to people when we leave.
Very important. My father did the same thing a few years ago, died a couple years afterward, and it was easy. A bit was already written. He knew his history better than we could ever put it together. He knew exactly where he wanted to be placed. And it was there was a place actually with two names in two different cities. They had a funeral home in one city and another one in another city, same name but two different cities. He absolutely said, "I only want it in that town. Do not take the funeral home over in that." And he's very clear about it, So really important to do that. And for me, I hope to live to be like 96 years old. 100 would be a little too old because I don't want to totally lose my mind or anything. I'm choosing life. I'm going to be here, but I have a plan.
We encourage you to have your plan, and remember that it can be fun, too.
All right, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.